Welcome to the night where we light up the spot. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts right here on the Piper Academy Network, Sunday through Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining me. I'm Lunar Beaches Crypto, and it is TA Tuesday, so we're just going to be going over the charts, maybe looking for some trades, looking for some setups, looking for some potential buys or sells or holds or whatever. We're just going to go looking through the charts, and that'll be it. That'll be it for tonight's show. We'll go over, I guess what we could do is go over our Made in America list and see how everything's performing in that. Looks like I'm about to get stopped out in a trade. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, caught some gains off AMP today. Nice. So what's going on? Let's go ahead and bring up the beautiful Madhouse. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and say good evening to everybody. Good evening, JR. Epic Nap Foot Healing in Progress. Amazing. Get well soon, brother. Alexandra G unit. What is going on? Mod Queen in the house. We've got good evening. Hope your day was amazing. You too, Alexandra. You too. New Earth Guardian. What is going on? Nobody knows. Hey, New Earth Guardian. What is going on? Gordon? Why should you say Gordon? Live chat. Indie Rock Crypto. Good evening, Love Nye. Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Stop loss equals death by 1,000 cuts. I don't even know what that means. Are you trying to say don't trade with the stop loss? Are you crazy? Anyways, Indie Rock Crypto, what's going on? Maybe a bandage. How you doing? How you doing? Nobody knows. Ha 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 ha. Epic. All right. So let's just bring up the chart. We got Bitcoin doing a little bit of pump action. We did get above. We did get a close above the dynamic reactor. And we are pushing higher so far today. Now, forewarning, usually you get the Tuesday sweep during the New York session, but instead we got it during the Asia session. So could mean that we are going to continue this push to the upside. I can't hear Kelly Kellum saying maybe a band-aid. I can? Oh. I say bandage. I say bandage all the time. That's my little nickname for him. So yeah, I want to see how today closes. If we can get above these highs over here that we've been pointing out for a while now. Several weeks now. There we go. Get above that high right there and get a close above it, and then we're looking pretty good. Now we did get a slight move above it. and above the previous daily high, typically that would suggest that we might go lower or consolidate, which we have been in a consolidation pattern. Let's get rid of kill zones for this. Let's go ahead and get rid of chart prime. And let's just look at this straightforward. We've got just one giant consolidation range so far. I would say that we are trading currently, especially since we got back into it, within this range here. Now, question is, was this the start of the range right here? And then we trapped traders down here. And will the market come back for those traders down in here? Trap traders, you trap them to the downside, push price up, trap them to the upside. Maybe just come back, find an equilibrium between the two. So we're going to go from low to high. Equilibrium's right here at about $87,452. The equilibrium, well, no, that was lower. $87,606. Okay, that makes more sense to me. I was like, wait a minute, something's off. So yeah, that $87,606, look for that price to come down to here at the least. And then we would want to see a nice bullish reaction off of that to continue higher. Can we continue higher? Well, of course we can. Will we? We'll see. We've got, like I said, we've got a Bitcoin's got to prove itself. We've broken above these highs a couple times now, and that is right where that equilibrium is, funny enough. So, obviously, I think that is going to be the level that needs to hold. Otherwise, if we don't hold this level, we'll probably fall through, take out all these lows, and come back for these trapped orders down here, and potentially sweep this low as well. But we'll have to cross that bridge once we get there. However the saying goes. So when Rocket, I don't know what's going on, Crypto Craig. So yeah, when Rocket. That's the $100,000 question, right? Good question. I'm not sure, but right now we've got sweep of highs with bearish rejection. So I would at least expect some sideways and down consolidation during the late evening hours. Let's see, when does New York? Maybe we push during London, and then New York gives us one little push higher, and then we come down and take all the lows. Because that's the kind of market that we've been in. But 4 hour, if we can get a bullish cross here above our resistance up here and get a close above that 4 hour, that will definitely help the bulls. What is this? 52-week SMA. What is this? We're going to change this to a 200 daily SMA, because I saw TradeFly pointing this out, that is our resistance right now. Is that 200 daily SMA. Shout out to TradeFly. Kill zones. That's the beginning of a parabola. We'll see. We do need to get above this 200 daily SMA. We've been above it before, like recently, and completely fell apart. Once, twice, broke above it, but could not close above it. So even though we got 2 candle closes above that 200 daily SMA, we still fell out. Still fell out. So we've got to be careful here. That is acting as resistance at the moment. So we did just get a little poke above that, just like we just got a little poke above this high over here. So yeah, gotta be careful. We do have our money flow though on the daily really starting to turn to the upside with our true 7 putting in some bullish columns here above the 0 line. So that's good. We've got our trend fusion pumping to the upside. And this is why I'm kind of like, okay, maybe we have a little bit higher to go for this week. Maybe we get up just above 90K, maybe up to 92 and some change, as this is getting deeper into oversold, or overbought rather. And then this will roll over and we'll see this roll over and we'll have to make a decision from there. Hopefully we could hold that 200 daily SMA and get a continuation bounce. If not, well, we don't want to go there. Mike Vollmer, what's going on? Crypto Pollo, cluck cluck, what's going on, Crypto Pollo? And Harp, of course, what's going on, Harp? Hope you are doing well, man. If I would have just set my stop loss a little bit higher, I'd still be in that short and I'd be in profit, but that's okay. Anywho, let's go over to the 5-minute. Turn on our kill zones. These aren't really kill zones. This is I built out these time sessions, whatever you want to call these, just based on 6 hours, 6 to midnight for Asia, midnight to 6 for London, 6 to 11 for New York, and then 11 to 1:30 for lunchtime. Then from 1:30 to 3 p.m. is a PM algo session. And then from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. is the power hour. And then we have the CBDR. Don't ask me what that stands for because I have no idea. Central Bank Daily Range or something. I don't know. Hey, I just realized we use the same colors. How did you get your oscillator to match that closely? I couldn't come even close. Inputs and oscillator. I mean, that's literally all I did was pick the same colors as my candles. So, yeah. I got a feeling this is going to come down to this 8:30. Is that 8:30 or 9:30? No, 9:30 potentially. Now we do have. I will watch this level for a reaction. I tend to like green, red, green candles like this, where you just have one red candle in a move to the upside. Those can act as support, so we'll see if we get some kind of bounce on that. Then maybe we could take advantage of trade, little short trade, maybe something like this, a little 3.5 to 1. Put the low on the low of that candle. We'll see. We'll see. Go ahead and mark this level off here. This is where I just took a short from here. You know, it was in this wick, and I put it just above the high, but on this exchange, it actually came and took me out. It's unfortunate. On the exchange, on the exchange, these two, I'm on the index, that's why. That's why. You got to do perps. You got to do perps. More liquidity, more volatility on the perp charts. BTC USDT.P. Binance. We'll do Binance. We're going to mark off that same level, go from the close and the open, and yep, we see they touch. So I actually got in on this level, on this candle, on this wick, and this is what stopped me out. And then it came back up, and then it rolled over. So good times. Good friggin' times. It's like as soon as I set my stop, I'm just gonna stop setting a stop loss. There we go. My copy trades I lead in are doing good. Cool. Oh yeah, it works. Oh, maybe I was blazed and the neon glow threw me off. Sure. Retro Mike Tech, what's going on, RMT? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, I took the short because we got the displacement. We created the breaker block. Sorry, I had a brain fart. And technically, I need to work on my position sizes on this prop firm, because it's kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. So yeah, I should be putting my stop just above the swing high here, or at least above the breaker. And this will probably end up playing out. That's okay. Okay. You miss 100% of the trades you don't take. It's fact. So, we'll see. We'll see if this plays out. We are creating some equal highs in here, some relatively equal highs. So, I imagine price will come back up here to get, potentially before it moves further down, to grab some more liquidity before it just does a slow grind down. Down, down, down. All right, so let's go over what we could have done today based off of the trading strategy I've been sharing. So we can see that London did take out the Asia high. So we got one side of the market swept, but we did not take out the London high prior to market open. Prior to market open, we saw London low get swept, and we saw the big push off of that level there. Then we came down into this order block. Okay, then we got a bounce off of that, shows bullish intent. Okay, sweep London, come down, bounce off order block, bullish intent. I wait for 9:30 to open before I make a move. What I'm looking for is prior to the open, I'm looking for levels in this range in here. Immediately I can see a fair value gap. Could take a trade off of that. Could also take a trade off of this order block, which actually probably would have been even better. So you take the trade, you aim for the London high, that's your first take profit. Low below the swing low. And if we do a 3-to-1, we do hit the 3-to-1. So, and by that time, probably should be getting out, hitting a 3-to-1, coming up to the highs, probably consider getting out. Then come down in here, we break down, put in a low, we consolidate sideways, and then we get this break here. Okay, this break here, close below the internal low, come back into fair value gap, or does it come into the breaker? I think it does. Yes, it does. Come into the breaker, aim for New York low. Whatever that next level of liquidity is, what you're going to aim for. First is going to be this low in here. We know that there's going to be orders in here that we could potentially exit from. So we would want to try and get in there. Let's get rid of this magnet so I can swing high, come down. So first little bit of profit take right there on a 2-to-1, and then we'll take New York next. It's almost a 3-to-1, and then we do end up getting a full 3-to-1, really a full 3.5-to-1 on that move. So not bad at all. Then we get to push up, take the high, move it across, get the bullish break above. What am I looking for? Power hour, and I'm looking for liquidity or a PD array within the power hour. Quickly spot either this order block, which we do come down into, or even this fair value gap, which we do come down into. Tap that, we go long. This is why, man, sometimes I wish I could just quit my day job and to just stare at the charts all day. Then we just aim for highs. Aim for highs and upper liquidity levels. Once you break up here, you get that big push up. That's when I would just go ahead and move my stop to this low right here. And I'm already in a risk-free trade at this point, and I'm taking profit along the way, managing the trade along the way. I like to manage my trades while I'm in them. I'm not a big fan of just setting and forgetting, just not how I work. But yeah, so there's some trades, a few trades could have made today. Would have been amazing. Now, every single one of these sessions that I have marked off, you know, what I'm looking for is the highs of those sessions, the lows of those sessions. We can see we did not take the, did not take the lunchtime low, but we did take the high, showing bullish intent, closing above the high, consolidating above the high. We do come back down to take liquidity after the power hour and during the CBDR range. So we come down to take that liquidity and then ride that thing up to the upside. And now we'll see what this does. This one's looking a little bit like a fake out to the downside, but we'll see. The low of this fair value gap. Nice bounce level there. Might come, like I was saying, it might come up to take these highs before ultimately rolling back over. What's the 15 look like? I mean, we haven't taken any lows. Let's go down to the 1. I mean, one thing that I'm noticing is there's not really much displacement. So displacement is going to be a big move that takes out a low or a high. This is just kind of looks a lot more like a accumulation to me, or reaccumulation. So We'll see. It'll probably pump overnight while I'm asleep. Going down, bro. Yeah, I know. I've been saying that. Where have you been? What is that? So we can see that we've broken. Let's get rid of the kill zones. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Just focus on this. Are we sure it's going down, bro? I see consolidation above the high, breakdown, come back, sweep those highs, breakdown, but not a breakdown like this. I don't see a bearish divergence. I do think that we're likely to, well, I don't know. That's kind of, I mean, if this thing gets pushing, you break above this level. I mean, you failed to hold above it once, but if it can hold above it this time, then it should continue higher. Like it should break this high and continue higher. Obviously, if it holds the low, it's going to go somewhat higher. Duh. Stacks. Well, that's kind of bullish-ish. Bullish-ish. Sweat the big liquidity we had above us. Uh-oh, wrecked. You typed power bills. All my mind saw for half a second was Powerball. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but we got power bills to pay. We need the bottom to be in. Oh, he's talking about miners. The miners got power bills to pay, guys. The bottom needs to be in, or things aren't looking good. That is per Retro Mike Tech. So if Bitcoin doesn't continue to go to the upside, Retro tried to warn you, okay? Tried to warn us all. Ooh. My question is, well, I've got several, but Stacks bottom potentially could be in. However, we want to be careful not to be getting too bullish here too soon, because could easily get another creep back down before we start coming back to the upside, finishing off a triple bottom / inverse head and shoulders. You could also get, well, no, if this actually hangs out up here, this kind of looks like a almost looks like a Wyckoff pattern. Let's see. Wyckoff accumulation. Left for the start. Oh, I don't know. Right here. Right. Up. Down. Okay. Yeah, obviously not. Okay, definitely not this pattern. That's distribution. Let's go to accumulation. The question is, have we already hit spring? Or do we still need to hit spring? Because we could be seeing that secondary test here. calling this spring, and then this test. I mean, 6 one way, half a dozen the other. So this is what we got to be careful with, okay? We got to be careful that we're not getting trapped on our longs here. That's what the markets like to do. They like to fake you out. Accumulation Classic number 2. This is the one with the creek. This would suggest that the spring is already in. But again, more sideways and downside potentially. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have so much work to do in our price action on pretty much across the board. But things are looking better, that is for sure. 4 hour. I mean, we're getting overbought signals. Money flow's not exactly super thick or anything. And our True 7 is already peaked out up here prior to this move up. So that might have been just a liquidity grab before. What I hope we do is that the market just kind of consolidates before it continues higher. That's what I would be looking for. Consolidate, maybe dip into this liquidity down here, and then move back to the upside. I mean, this is going to be probably across the board. This is Solana. I can't even remember the last time I looked at Solana. There's a lot. Whenever we went over the mad list. So it's up at its first major level of resistance up here. So Solana, gotta be careful. It's trying to put in some higher lows in here. This is something I never trade. Kelly, JR, good evening. Good evening, Kelly. Good evening, Dusty Hunt. Hey, JR is a Wyckoff indicator. Okay. I want RMT to be my neighbor. Yeah. What's going on? All set. Hope you're doing well. JK, what's up, everybody? You guys are amazing. Thank you all for being here. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. If you wouldn't mind smashing up that like button for me, helping us out here at the Piper Academy, that'd be amazing. And we'll love you forever. I'll love you forever regardless, but you know. That was a little bit of a bearish divergence. We're on the 4 hour. Let's go ahead and bring up our Market Oracle Pro, see what this is looking like. I do like, we're pretty much green across the board. The Stacks was green on the 4 hour. I mean, was Stacks green? Yeah, Stacks is green. Got to bounce off the dynamic reactor. Solana bouncing off that dynamic reactor. Shout out to Chart Prime. Look at that. You get the breakout, you get the green candles, you get the pullback to the dynamic reactor, and then you go up to that upwards resistance. Now, these are 4 hour candles, so you have to factor that in, that you might be in a trade. Let's see, when it finally hits resistance, it's not bad, 2.5 days. I mean, this is all like 4 days worth, 5 days worth of price action in here. So definitely when you're on the 4 hour, you're holding for multiple days, typically a few days max, maybe like 5, but that's about it. What's going on, lasers? Lasers go pew 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 pew. So 4 hour green on Solana and Stacks. SWE, we got green candles. Dynamic reactor is turning green, but what we want to see is, like we saw on the other ones, is a break above the dynamic reactor and then a back test of the dynamic reactor from which we can go long from. Something like this would create like some equal highs in here. Equal highs, you consolidate, If you consolidate at the highs, that's typically a good sign that you're going to be seeing continuation, as long as you don't break any swing lows. So holding 214 for SWE is going to be key for this to play out for continuation. HNT didn't come up to target, but did come down to target over here. Could have longed from that. But let's go ahead and get rid of the drawings. All right, so we have the dynamic reactor below us. Might want to look at 320. Actually, let me go ahead and bring up the Market Dynamics Pro. Whoop. I got that. I'm going to take off pivots. There we go. And let's turn on London window, Asia window, level 2 confirmation. Whoa, y'all updated this? All right. They're throwing more smart money concepts inside of Market Dynamics Pro. I might have to check that out. Although I do prefer drawing on my own. And in fact, I don't even chart on a dark chart anymore. I do this for the night show for you guys, but this is my chart. This is what I'm looking at. I'm always bright chart on desktop, on my phone. I feel like I can see the candles better and the levels better and the price action better, and that's all that really matters to me. So whatever works for you, but I do the dark canvas for you guys to save your eyes, because it is late for most of us. And it's still pretty early in the AM for a lot of us as well. Bright light, bright light. Helium, are you trying to pop on us without touching the dynamic reactor? That trend fusion came up and it looks like it's trying to curl up for a push. We'll see if it can get a pop up here, get a 15-minute close above, 350. Maybe a pull back to that 350 level and then run it up to the high here. I wouldn't try to run it up any higher at this moment. HNT is going to be one of your more volatile ones. Onyx coin, not even really sure what this is. It shows that a fair value gap. Wouldn't make sense if that was a fair value gap. What is this? I don't have blocks on. I guess it is a fair value gap. Okay. Of what though? Wait, do I have this set to, I think I have it set 15-minute time frame. Okay. 15-minute fair value gap. That's just based off of a trading strategy that I was working on, which I'll just go ahead and let's go down to the 5. Came down into fair value gap. Let's go ahead and see. Let's get rid of the market oracle. Yeah, rid of market oracle. Go to dynamics, turn on pivots, set pivots to the daily time frame, enable pivots. Watch my kill zones. And let's see. Let's go back to Bitcoin because it works. I know the strategy works on Bitcoin, so things are a little bit more volatile on your altcoins. All right, let's see here. All right, so looks like were we on the top of the pivots? Yep, sure were. the pivots wouldn't have really been much help for us today. Now, it is Monday. You guys know that I don't really like to trade on Mondays. And it's probably because of reasons why, because of me going 1 for 3 today. Not good. Haven't been doing too hot lately, to be frank. Now, my name's David, but sometimes I'm Frank, okay? Total net PNL, $13. Average daily net PNL, $2. Not good. I'm down $20 now. I was up like $80. So I'm down really like $100. Because I just this big loss was just not for me. So far, I've had bad Mondays the past 2 weeks. So maybe there's something to me not trading on Mondays. That is something that I do like this. This does benefit because it breaks down your trades and based on your days, and you might just have better days, or you have days where you trade better. Tuesdays and Thursdays look better for me than Mondays and Wednesdays. Now, Wednesday was an anomaly, I think. We'll have to see. We'll see how this pans out in the long run. But max drawdown for me has been 2%. I try not to go really more than 1%. Kind of surprised it's at 2%. Win rate 53%, so that's not bad. So it's just going to be about managing the risk a little better. So if you manage your risk a little better, and then this 53% win rate in the long run will overcome the losses. So just full transparency, down $20 on my evaluation count. Stuff is hard when you can't trade because you have a day job. So what I really need is to like take a week off and just trade. Just trade. Take a week off and trade. Pass the evaluation. And then take another week off and make more money than I would at my day job, and then quit my day job. There we go. I need to improve my risk management. Yep. I'm used to calling you LBC. Call me LBC, call me David, call me Dave, call me Lunar, call me Beaches, whatever. That one guy? I don't know. Call me as long as it's nice. I won 44 of my last 49 trades on my $50 account. Small scalps, though, up to 145. Nice. 44 of your last 49 trades. Excellent. What I'm trying to do is get to a point where, you want to build up enough equity to where your static drawdown, because you have a static drawdown with the takes a long minute LBC. Trade a day is enough. Yeah. What do you call it? I forgot what I was saying. On a $5,000 account, you get a max drawdown, static drawdown of $250. So if you drop down to $4,750, you fail, you're done. Okay, you're done. That's why you want to slowly build it up first. Okay, slowly build the account up first, and then you can start adding a little bit more to your trades. But as you're going through evaluation, on a $5,000 account, you're not wanting to risk more than $25 a trade. Essentially, pretty much $25 a trade, or 1% of your account. Call me Ishmael. Okay, Tony. What's going on, Tony? Surf Prano. How you doing, my friend? So, yep. We do have this upper resistance pivot up here at $88,418. We've already been playing with that level. Looks like we're trying to come back up to it. If we can reclaim that, and then we might be able to continue to push higher. This is a 15-minute fair value gap that we've come into. And so what I like to look for is coming into fair value gaps on the 15-minute and looking for shifts in market structure. Visual order, send to back. It's probably not going to help much. This is why I also like to draw my own boxes. All right, so there's our, let's just get rid of this. I can't see. So here's our internal range high coming in. We get the close above. What do we come back into? Telling you guys earlier how I like one red candles or green candle, depending on which direction the market's going, smashed in between other two candles, because those tend to be good spots to trade from. Tend to be. And let's see. Wait. Bonk. Go away. EOS. Oh my god, what was that, Gala? What in the world kind of... Or the 4 hour. Ooh. This is on Binance too. That's gross. There's no liquidity in this order book. My goodness. My goodness. We've been watching Ondo Finance. Market Oracle. Still in the red on the daily. Drop down to the 4 hour. We are green. Ooh. Broke above. Back test and holding. Oh man, there's just liquidity down here that I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they want to come back for it. We shall see. What we got left? Dogecoin. No. Say. No. Litecoin. Yes. No. Litecoin, we got a buy signal, strong buy signal in the 4 hour. So we want to see it get above that dynamic reactor, come back down, back test, and off and away we go to the upside. That's what we would like to see on that. Let's see. I mean, otherwise it's just going to roll over, take out these lows, and chop about a little bit more. Maybe even come down and take out these lows, depending on how bearish we are. If you ask Piper, we're probably going lower. So, so we'll see. XRP, this is one I haven't looked at in a while. XRP, go to the daily. Got that big wall right there at the point of control at $2.42. If it smashes through that, and we start to turn some candles green here, then could be looking for way more. This might be a leading indicator if this thing gets going. Okay, pay attention to XRP. I would definitely say pay attention to that. ADA still looking like Dawka. How in the world are you all the way down here but your candles are still green? That don't make no sense. Ave. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say buy something that's not showing any strength. GRT, no strength. H bar holding up a little better. I do like H bar. I do favor H bar, and I do own a little bit of H bar for full transparency. Still got a daily fair value gap over here. Wonder if we got one on a weekly. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Break above, pull back to the dynamic reactor. Oh, you about to get going, H bar? come down into a weekly fair value gap of the displacement move to the upside that broke the highs over here. Just absolutely just tagged it, closed above that dynamic reactor. Might consider going in on a position long here on H bar. Go down to the daily again. Still kind of red. We're still red. Fixed range, volume profile. Point of control is up here at 29 cents. Okay. See, that's the thing. I think we are at least across the board going to be coming up and retesting the highs here. Especially if Bitcoin can do the same, come up here and retest the highs. And then from there, that's going to be pretty much, you know, puckered up butthole time. Just kind of like, is it going to go? Or is it going to roll? Is it going to go or is it going to roll? That's going to be a $100,000 question once we start getting up into retracement levels. First stop is going to be the 50% retracement at $91,852. So we've got to get through that first. If we get a strong rejection off of that and we push back below the dynamic reactor, well, then we might be coming down to take these lows. But I do think here's my hopium is that if we do come down and we sweep these lows and we can come back up into the range, then I think that'll end up being our spring that leads to our parabolic blow off top. That is what I'm not leaning towards it, but that is what I'd be looking for if we were to roll over, come down, sweep these lows. I think it would be just one nice little final flush and then a slingshot. It's typically how these things go. My favorite privacy token, Zcash, is dead. Absolutely dead. Filecoin. Filecoin making new lows. Dead. MakerDAO. Maker what? Aptos. What is this? What is this? This is just madness. Near, far, wherever you are. Nope. Garbage. Garbage. All garbage. There's very few things that are showing some actual strength right now. And it's probably because of a little thing called Bitcoin dominance. 64.55%. We have broken the high back from February. And it is still going. That market cap, still looking clean. High to low. There we go. $4.5 trillion market cap is the 4.236. Now, the reason why I pull a fib on the market cap, I thought I closed this, is because if we go to the last cycle, we take from the high to the bear market low, we peaked out right at that second push up. Market cap peaked out right at that 4.236. But if we come over to the spot chart, your standard chart, not your market cap, and you do the Fibonacci, you see that it came up short of the 4.236 on the USD pairing. But the market cap nailed it. We can take a look at ETH, last cycle, USD pairing, short of the 4.236, ETH, market cap, hit the 4.236. So this is why we watch the market caps. Market caps actually do mean something. This looks terrible. This looks worse than the whole altcoin market. My goodness. That's a little bit of an SMT divergence though. Others, DeFi, like the entire altcoin market against Ethereum is just doing so much better. Let's do total 2. That includes ETH. Total 3 is without BTC and ETH. So this is the rest of the market, and it's actually looking not too bad. You get to pull up, pull back, push up, pull back. We did barely break the high. We'll see if it can continue higher. What I don't want to happen is like a Russell 2000 is where it just sweeps the high and then we just dump. I mean, we did sweep the high. We did dump a little bit. I bet this and the Russell hit highs around the same time. Monday, November 25th. Total 2. Monday, December 2nd. So a month later. And that shows you the rotation. You typically go from the SPY and the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ down into your smaller caps. You go from your smaller caps, your Russells, into your Bitcoin. You go from Bitcoin into your altcoins, so on and so forth. From least risky to most risky. Right now, market is risk off, as it should be. And let's see, we've got no news tomorrow, no high impact anyway. Let's see any low impact stuff. We do have a Fed member speaking, API crude oil stock change, and Fed Kugler speech. And do we have anything in the AM? Fed Jefferson speech. So we got a bunch of Fed members speaking tomorrow. Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index. These are going to be low impact, but we'll see how the market reacts. 2-year note auction, money supply. I feel like these might actually, maybe not so much the money, maybe the money supply, but these might actually, this might be a relatively, might be a slightly, we'll say if we range from low to mid to high volatility, this might be a mid-tier volatility day on Tuesday. But then Wednesday is when we have our PMI. No, I thought we had something Wednesday. MBA 30-year mortgage. Oh yeah, we got housing stuff. Housing stuff on Wednesday, so that is going to be important. Then Thursday, durable goods and existing home sales on Thursday, and then yeah, much more UK stuff this week. What's on the docket for next week? That's what I really want to know. Let's go to high impact only. Next Tuesday, we got JOLTS jobs opening, so that's usually a market move. We got core PCE, ISM manufacturing on Thursday, non-farm payrolls. So yeah, we've got our, is that the ADP? We don't see ADP on here. ADP is usually high impact. Yeah, ADP employment change. You're lying to me, TradingView. This is a high impact day, sir. Consumer confidence in Japan. So yep. Markets this week. It looks like they're trying to prep. Looks like they're prepping for next week. What it's looking like to me. This is looking kind of bullish in here. We still have not taken out these highs though, so we want to be mindful of that. We can get back above the previous day high and get a close above that, then we should see continuation. So get back above, close the candle above, and then should see continuation. I think so. We'll see. We'll see. This doesn't really look like engineered liquidity to me. Could be wrong. Makes no difference with my trading strategy though. So I don't know. Bad doggy. I think that might be as opposed to looking at charts. Reading as opposed to, well, one of them. What his example was the Beatles playing 2,000 hours on stage before they got famous. What are you talking about? ETH BTC looks like it's going to take out the double bottom on the weekly from 2019. Am I really still a noob after 3,000 hours on charts and in trades though? Yes. 10,000 hours. Put in your 10,000. Yeah, that's something that I haven't looked at. ETH BTC on the weekly. I'm coming home. Somewhere out there, Benjamin Cowan is smiling to the heavens because ETH has come home. We've got the value area low. We're sitting at the value area low. How low can you go? We'll find out on the next episode of Crypto and Markets. Glad I said yes immediately after. LOL, I feel a tad less a fool. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Yeah, I feel like in 7,000 more hours, I'll be at the point I'd like to be. It's 10,000 hours. Not easy to come by. Let's do 10,000 divided by 365. It's 27 hours a day. Can you do 27 hours in a day? No. Sure can't. Feel like I didn't do that right. 10,000 divided by 24. 416 days to reach 10,000 hours if you are charting from midnight to midnight every single day. Much more realistic, break that down into 2,500 hours, divide that by 24, 104 days. I'm not doing some math right. Something's wrong. Let's chat GPT it. How long to get to 10,000 hours of trading if trading, I'll just do charting, or of technical analysis at 8 hours a day. How many days? The math ain't mathin'. No. Shave vaping, the math was not mathin'. So 8 hours a day, it'll take you 1,250 days, or about 3 years and 5 months, to hit the mythical 10,000 hour mastery mark in technical analysis. But honestly, if you're fully focused during that time and deliberately practicing, you'll be elite way before that. Most people never even get past 500 hours of real study. That's the key. Is it real study, or are you just looking at charts? If you need to know the answer to that question, or what I mean by that, ask me. Only 2,920 hours in 4 months possible if you on it 24/7, JR. Yeah, so there you go. But that is just saying, hey, that's what they say, 10,000 hours to master a skill. Not get really good at, not in this sense when it comes to trading, not to be profitable, but to master the skill. So whether you're at 300, 500, 1,000, 3,000, the mastery doesn't come until 10,000 hours. I feel like I've come close. 99% success rate speaks for my hours. Thanks for coming out. Thank you, David, for the education. What's your definition of real study? Writing down your trades, journaling your trades, writing down why you entered the trade, at what time, what was your reasoning for entering the trade, and treating your trading more as kind of like a business. So, but journaling your trades is basically your real study. Journal your trades, see what works for you, see what doesn't work for you, and yeah, what days works for you. I mean, there you go. I mean, that's the real study. The real study that's the real work. Not just hopping on a chart and just trying to do trades. 99% win rate. I mean, it's great. But what's your profit? Or what's your P&L? Your RR. Martin. Tolkien. I take notes on paper and digital. There you go. Ribs in the chat. So yeah, study your trades. That's why I go over my trades. It's not just to share with you guys, but it's also to hold myself accountable. And we'll see. I grew 1.48 to 500 in 6 weeks. Okay, that's kind of crazy. You've been trading for how long? You grew $1.48 to 500 in 6 weeks. I know what you meant by that. 2 accounts. Okay. That's amazing. Yeah, how? In 4 months? You've been trading for 4 months? I'm good. Sounds pretty impossible. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, I guess JR found the ultimate strategy, guys. Why are we doing what are we doing? We just need to copy trade JR. He is in the Discord, so just make sure you understand he's laddering into trades. And maybe using a little bit of cross margin. Are you using a little bit of cross? I don't know. Squeeze a moon mission. Sorry, I'll say goodnight in just a second. Swee's not doing anything. Are you saying it's gonna be a moon mission? I don't know. Anyways, guys, thank you all for being here. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you for all of your support. As always, don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. And yeah, come back tomorrow. Watch all the shows tomorrow. Good Morning Crypto, Morning Market Report, Trading with OC, and then we'll be right back here for another Markets After Dark. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Mad love. Peace out. Ride the waves. Bye. Good night. Holla. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spot. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dark, like shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low. Markets after dark were only brilliant shows. Hit that subscribe and join the ride. In the world of finance where fortunes collide. Lunar's path will be your guide. Through the market storm or the market tide. charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. From big dome markets soaring fast. Markets after dark touch the ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright light. Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trend, see the future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp our knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the